All right, this is the second DHC-2 Beaver float plane from Osborn kits, and I'm going to try to videotape some of this for people that buy it in the future. I'll have to edit it. Notice the slots at the top of number 2. They're kind of like semicircle, and then in number 3, well, that's where the wings go into, and then there's another piece, number 8, that goes in that bottom little slot underneath the wing to support it. I didn't notice it the first time I was putting this together. There's another tip I learned too. Use a straight pin to temporarily hold the pieces together, because see the alignment blocks? Oops. The larger ones on the right, or just 2, those you have to sand down to go between the sandwich pieces where the pins are to hold it all in place. The little sewing needles, or whatever they are, pins, help a lot to keep it aligned while you're putting it together, while you sand the alignment blocks. See, in the instructions, the number 4 cross blocks for floats, it looks like they go on the end. That's not true. They go into the center of the fuselage, and I'll show you what they look like. They're right there. Number 4, and they go into those slots right there. I waited till it was completely put together, and it was really hard to get them in there. So before you put the alignment block in there, well, or you could do it afterwards, it doesn't matter. You need to put them in there when you probably have, like, I'm probably going to have to take the 2 outer number 3 pieces off to get them to fit in there correctly. But I did it toward the end because I didn't know where they went, and it's way easier to do it at the beginning before you get all your alignment blocks and all that stuff in there. Just tips I learned that help a lot. I have one of the alignment blocks on the double-sided painter's tape to hold it, and then there's the file that I use up above it. Sometimes you have to file the sides, and you also have to file the tops to make it skinnier. It just depends on how it fits, but you definitely are going to have to sand it some. But you want a tight fit if you can get it, but you're going to have to sand it for it to be able to fit in there without killing your fingers or breaking something. See where the number 4 parts go? It's easier to start it in the number 2, and then you'll put it through the number 1, and then there's another number 1, and then there's another number 2, and then you can stack the number 3 fuselage part on there. It's much easier to do it this way than the way I did it the first time, which is I had everything together and it took me forever to get in there. Right now they're just sliding in really easy, and it should be easier to line up too. The reason these parts are here is so that the brace for the floats, which is that, can glue in to those little blocks you're putting in. Anyway, hope this helps. See how I'm sanding the blocks? The sides to get the burrs off when you cut them out of the sprue. Then the other side, of course, I actually hold it down with my finger while I'm doing it. And then the top. because sometimes it's too thick and won't go through. Anyway, the little painter's tape keeps it from moving. It works though. There you go. I sanded them down and now they fit. And another thing I did, I had the whole sandwich fuselage together and then I tried to put the alignment block down. No. Make sure it fits in the first one and then grab the second piece, you know, put the alignment bar through it, then grab number one piece, the second number one piece, the second number two piece, and then the number three pieces and stuff. There's 2 number ones, 2 number twos, and 2 number threes for each side. It's way easier this way. I learned a lot on the first one. So you of course have to add the number 5 pieces, which are sitting to the right of the fuselage, the number 5 piece for the right and number 5 piece for the left. But then that's where piece number 8 goes, and then the wing goes above that. There's little bitty areas on there on the number 5 pieces, and I actually I didn't really break it. It's just kind of split off because I wiggled the pieces in there too much, but I'll show those in a second. So after you get the number 5 pieces on there on each side, then you're going to want to sand here and here so it contours back. Be careful, you don't want to sand too much off, but you want it to be smooth from the number 5 piece all the way back to the back. Be careful around the rudder and stuff too. Just be careful sanding it is the main thing. And then the number 8 piece goes in the little slots underneath the wing, and then the wing goes in that area right there. Be careful because there's a real thin piece on that number 5 piece. Put the wing in, you could break it. You might have to also glue the number 5 pieces on, but wait till the end when you do all your dry fitting. See the number 8 piece in there, and make sure you have the little on the other end, you have the little hole of the number 8 piece, because that's what I think it's number 10 that attaches to the fuselage and then goes up and meets up with that, and then the wing goes on top of number 8 piece. You need to be very careful putting the wing piece in and the number 8 piece in there, because you could break either one. Go very, very slow and kind of wiggle them. Sometimes you can put the number 8 piece in first and then put the wing on, but whatever works for you. Just go slow and be very careful, or you can break the wing or break the strut that holds the wing up. See how I sanded down on the first plane I'm working on, but the piece right where the metal thing is, I've got to sand that down so it contours with the other one. It's the metal thing is the sanding bar that I use for the alignment blocks. You just want to contour that bigger piece towards the end. Don't do it with the elevator on there, and be very, very careful because you don't want to break it, and go very slow. Just an idea of how the float brace will go on the fuselage. Of course, it'll be at an angle, you know, for the floats. I'll show you on the instructions. See, it'll be angled somewhat. I think that's going to be a little difficult, but the floats are light, so I don't know. Gonna have to be really careful with attaching those. I think I'm also going to leave the little numbered piece in there until it all dries and sets. And I may even leave it in there permanently and just paint over it, even though you're not supposed to. We'll see. Anyway, just an idea, and that's also what that number 4 pieces are for, so that when you glue it in, they glue into those number 4 blocks that you put in at the beginning. Well, here's the Osborn laser kit, DHC-2 Beaver, and it is completed. It was frustrating at times, but more fun than frustrating. I also put some 0.010 times 0.020 styrene on there, and I painted it yellow and black, and then some of the other decals came with it, like the ones on the float. There's one on the side there that says Beaver, you can't see it. There's one on the tail. I don't think you can see it. And it won't focus. That one, and there's one on the other side too. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed the build. Good luck to you if you get one.